And welcome inside of today's trade idea section inside of Blockrevision channel. And today we are back after this short period time pause connected with necessity of fixing up my office, as one of the acoustic walls that has surrounded the place has literally dropped off, and I had a quite of a trouble to tackle right there. But finally I'm over it, and talking about a very interesting chart of recent, as Bitcoin has dropped below 60k. So what does it mean for us, and what we might expect next? So firstly, let's have a look at some fundamentals behind Bitcoin that may push its price upwards or downwards. So let's have a look at a very interesting chart that might determine a future growth of a Bitcoin. Right now we are following a stock-to-flow model quite precisely, and we can find that we are just trying to get to another area of a abrupt rise of a digital asset, as previously we have entered this saturated green dot right before heading to $7,000. So it was one of the most hectic period for the bulls, when the price has literally speed up to a very high pace, when since the beginning of November till the second half of December, we just we have jumped for about 13k. So it was an unprecedented move before. Right now we are just trying to get to this level, and right now, as we can find, that maybe one of this also very hectic at times for the bulls as well. But right now it's not very easy to determine what might be the next move of Bitcoin, just due to stock-to-flow model. So let's have a look at next one. It's spend output profit ratio, that also is very important for determining where the Bitcoin's price might head off next. So spend output profit ratio is showing us where the losses of traders and also gains of traders has been taken. So right now we are in a period of the long-lasting profits of traders. So we can find that after this long period of time of profits, we might head to more greenish area that symbolizes losses. So it's just something like a matrix that flip-flopping from negative to positive, and right ahead as we can find that we might had the period where those peaks of positive ratio of SOPR may rounding, and right now we may head into a greenish one, negative territory. But we can find that the volume of positive SOP right here has been on a higher level than right there. So we may find that the negative territory might be not very significantly visible right here. Right now let's have a look at futures of Bitcoin. After this very rapid surge of Bitcoin on CME, we have found that right on the top we've seen a sell-off, the decreasing of positions of
large speculators. However, increasing of small speculators. So it means literally when this happens, usually we find a possible drop in price, as those large speculators are moving the markets, not the small ones. So it's something that may determine future move to downside direction. Right now on the crypto fear and greed index, we are just dropped from a long-lasting 70-ish level, so we haven't head back to 80-ish, 90-ish area, and right now we can find that we have just bottoming and equalized the yield level of this middle of September dip. So right now we can find that we may hang on these levels for a while, or maybe even get through a bit deeper correction. So those levels as 30-ish, 40-ish are still to may be met. Let's have a look at the BTC funding rates history. Right now we are still in a very positive one. However, it's getting maybe a bit less euphoric than it was right here when the volume of those that are betting for Bitcoin from here has literally slowed down. So right now, as we can find also on this chart of Bitcoin funding rates, we are right heading back to neutral area, and usually when the turn from positive to negative on funding rates is happening, we can see a bitcoins to be sold off. So right now we may head to those levels of where we were on second half of September. So the another possible dip might be of expectation. So another one, let's have a look at these are fundings of Grayscale that is right now at the minus level, so there's not very much demand on BTC by Grayscale, so we may find that the price need to calm down. Let's have a look at technicals, and on technicals we can find that on 1 hour chart we are crossing through this 58k area that previously has been our support, and as we have closed our 4 hour candle right here below this level of 58.5 that has previously also been a resistance, it means that we can't really manage with defending this level. So right after testing out this 58.5k level from the downside, we may head back to a south direction. So another resistance, or rather another support in this case, is just at this bottoms of 4th of May and also at 29th of April. That has also been a kind of a support right here in the second half of April. So it's one of the levels that might be observed, especially as on a daily chart that might converge with this blue line that symbolizes a 100 EMA area that supposedly, as previous one, should be bounced from here. So this is exactly the area that I look for the possible bounce for a Bitcoin, and right now the sentiment is turning from positive to a bit bearish for a while. So 54 down to 52.8 might be an area where we might see a bounce. The even more probable than 54 is one of the 52.5 k. So yeah, we may watch it, but only Fibonacci extension terms. Sorry, it's not this one. On Fibonacci retracements, previously we have just got to 0.5 level, and right now this 0.5 level just is getting us to about previously mentioned area of 53.7. However, the recent move to upside has been a little bit stronger, so we might find a possible bottom not as low as 53, but I prognose it to be right above it, maybe at 54 k. So it's something that that is very probable to happen. So that's it in today's episode. If you like to make a trade, and if you like to set a trading bot, I think that it's still a good time to short Bitcoin in a short term period of time, maybe a few days, maybe a week, as we may find this risk-reward ratio has been in the game. So I would set my enterprise right at the 57.6 with a stop loss right at about 58.8 and with a possible target at 53.8. In terms of trading area, when I find this trade to be valid, I do find those this area exactly as been one of it. So let's just approach it. So this box has been limited by 58.5 and 57.5. If the price will just get above or get down in relation to where this blue box has been attached, I don't find this proposition of a trade as being valid. So keep in mind this. So that's it in today's episode. If you have enjoyed, just subscribe my channel and click the like button if you have found this content valuable. Thank you and see you tomorrow.